So we will see what she is capable of. What we can accomplish with her. I'll just do some arena tests. The gear I have on her is just whatever random garbage. I don't exactly have spare attack gear. And I wasn't really willing to do anything besides make a couple of things out of all the blue boxes I have because they never give me anything useful, and most of the shit I got was pretty terrible, so. We will just see what we can do with her. I did run her against some bot groups and they were kind of mediocre. But we'll see if we can maybe do a little bit more with this. So we will just I'll give it a shot. I like having some high effectiveness on her since turn reduction seems like it'll be pretty useful to have. Of course, her attack is higher than Pavel's, which means that she's going to eat Celine, right? So. And that's why I try to make her a little tankier, but I think Celine will still one-shot her. Maybe bringing Pavel is the wrong idea for testing her damage because Pavel will just kill them every single time. Should be really useful against Karina because most Karinas do not have much effect resist, right? They don't have very much, so. And there is a Bellion. It doesn't make a damn of a difference. Don't need the souls anyways. She just penetrates armor, so the armor debuff is not even really that useful for her. Still not capable of killing Karina, because her base damage is just not very high, right? You need the attack buff to make her base damage decent. I hate these. I could do it against this one. Yeah, I'll show you against this one. We should be able to do this one. And this is probably quite fine, I think. I was going to bring Brarowitz Shazaria for this as well, but if I do that, we might have an issue with speed, right? We might have an issue with speed. So, like, they might kill her, is the possibility here. I don't know. I think this guy is going to be faster than me. My units here are not really too fast, like 250-ish. Never mind. Never mind, then. So we'll put that on her. So I kind of wanted Brarowitz Shazaria to go first, though, because Brarowitz Shazaria would remove some of these buffs, like the evasion, right? Well, we did hit him anyways, it didn't matter. So you can see we did some damage. Not much. That's with an attack buff too, not very much. So this bitch is gonna get at least one turn off in all likelihood. Everyone else should be dead. She survived with very little health. The rare scene of Browrich Shazaria actually dealing damage. Mostly because we're already squished up. So it's almost like not even worth using her for your primary damage. Like definitely ML Pavel is what you want for that. She's kind of like the backup to reduce their turns, right? She's kind of there just to be something of a cunt. So with this here, we would do the exact same thing we just did. Something like this. I mean, you could try it this way. I don't really like it. I think I would rather just bring damage. Like this. See, like that. See, but I mean, we got kind of an issue, right? And that kind of issue is what if he gets a chance to actually do something? What if I don't want that to happen? What if I want to try to reduce his turns instead? We could possibly try to do it that way. Right? Let's give it a try, I suppose. So, of course, we're not going to bother with our second skill, as we don't want Rimuru getting ahead of us. And now, she's ahead. I actually thought she might bump ahead, but I guess the combat readiness, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this buff would make Rimuru counter, so. Now, we aren't going to get the attack off of ML Pavel quite yet here. ML Pavel will get his attack on her because this one doesn't crit. Otherwise, you could just bring these two and ML Pavel would be just busted, but you can still kind of do that with these two anyways. It's just she also applies turn reduction. So you could really do either one. We'll see if he counters. I think we hit him with skill cooldown, which should put his counter on cooldown. Alright. I mean, with ML Pavlo, she's just kind of like, she just sort of exists, right? She's just kind of there to do whatever. She just is sort of like an assistant. But you could bring her into Guild War explicitly for the turn reduction. If you want to do something like with Summer Azaria or whatever to further tankify your team a little bit, I guess. Because normally I would just bring ML Pavel, but she offers like some alternative if you just want something other than raw damage. I don't know. I think ML Pavel just outshines her so much that it's kind of like, well, it's nice we don't have to put speed gear on her, right? We can make her viable without speed gear, where she just kind of like does her own thing and stalls the fight a little bit without needing to have godly gear on her. And you can have any initiator. You could bring Zio in there and let her come with Zio, and she'll just pop right up because Zio will go first. So and then you can change which order that she shows up in the list by who is in the front. So see, like, that wasn't too bad damage. I know that's bots and all, but she wasn't dealing even hardly any damage to bots. Alright, you can do it that way. Or we could come into here. And let's say we want to bring... we'll do a slightly different composition here. We would bring, like... You don't really want to do this without Browrich Shazaria. Browrich Shazaria is kind of your shtick that keeps this mold going here. So this here is how you would normally run this, right? This is how you would normally do this. Normally I would just bring ML Pavel, but because she's gonna have so much, she usually has so much effect resist that nothing's gonna reduce her turns anyways. So you may as well just kill them straight up. I'm not even sure what gave him an attack up. What was that? You can apply this to her because ignore effect resist unless you get 15%ed, I guess. Now, you see, we have the problem where unless we put turn reduction on her, she's gonna silence everyone. And then she's gonna get to do something. Right? And that's, like, this is, again, where ML Pavel is what you would want, because he would have already killed most of them in one hit. She 15%ed me. That was a 15%. So now because of that bullshit, I stand to even lose this. Because I didn't bring ML Pavel. But she's always squishy as fuck, so what just ends up happening is the fight just becomes really long now. She didn't resist. She didn't have any effect resist, apparently. Go for it. Alright, so maybe we got 15%ed on that, huh? We can finally use this. Wow, damage so high, wow, golly. She's gonna be stunned until the end of time. Bye. She's just gonna remove that. I might still even lose this. It's very possible I might lose this. We had to stop her from silencing me again. One down. I'm not sure what is giving him that attack buff. Can you kill her? Oh, there was some damage. Go for it. Having a defense buff on hand, defense reduction is nice. With ML Elena giving you souls, right? So I don't know. She might be useful.